Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Yeah. You know, we got to set the scene with the badass intros here on the channel, baby. What is going on? It's your boy, Preston Phat Samurai Guy, back again with another episode of Versus, baby. Right. Another episode, and I am surrounded by the legends once again. Here he is. You know him, you love him. Award-winning author. That's right. Martial Arts Hall of Famer. That's right. Here he is. Kung Fu Santa, KFC, Kung Fu Claus.
There we go, KFC.
Yeah, there we go. And welcome back, brother.
And by the way, that's award-winning best-selling author.
Ah, there we go. Award-winning best-selling author. There we go. I got to add to it. There we go. Here he is, returning to Versus. Eric, the Asian movie enthusiast. Welcome back, brother.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. I see you got the cat in the back.
Oh, it's one of the greatest movies of all time.
I just bought it. You recommended it. I just bought it. I can't wait to watch the cat. But yeah, great to see that. And here he is, the other handsome lad that is here, the fanatical one himself. Welcome back, brother.
To be back. Happy
yeah,
to be
man. Yeah, I'm always jealous of that physical media you got back there. Always.
No, they're all empty.
They're all empty. they're all screeners. It's all screeners in there. And here he is from Kung Fu. That's right. Drive-In Podcast. Jeff, the legend. Welcome back, brother.
How's it going? Good to be back, guys.
Yeah, man. And here he is. Filmmaker, martial artist, flying around on wires. Kyle Wong, welcome back, brother.
Thank you for having me back, everybody.
Yeah. And here he is. That's right. The action elite himself. Owen, welcome back, brother.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, man. Always awesome to have you here, baby. And here he is, Billy Handsome Hansen. That's right. Director of Bone Cold from Wogo USA. Welcome back, brother.
Thank you. I got a lot to say today.
Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. I know you're wondering, Samurai Guy, why did you pick these movies? I was like, you know what? It's been a while. Sometimes we get a little bit too serious, and we usually have the action and the martial arts and all that good stuff. It's like, let's have some fun here. Let's do this for comedic purposes. I was thinking guilty pleasures. And so City Hunter, especially with that Street Fighter sequence we're going to talk about, versus Van Damme Street Fighter was the first two. That was it. And then I was talking to my brother, David Vo from Martial Arts Action Cinema. And he was like, man, you got to throw Dead or Alive in there. And I was like, holy shit, why not? It's been a long time since we did 3 movies for Versus. I'm like, why not? I enjoy all of these movies for different reasons, and we're going to get to. But here's the thing. For me personally, this is which is my favorite guilty pleasure out of all 3 of these guilty pleasures. For the rest of the crew, I can't speak for, because for the rest of them, this may be a best of the worst situation. we may have some serious haters on here, but it's all welcome. It's all going to be comedy. It's all going to be fun. I'm going to start first, since we have so many people here. Shout out to Frankie Balboa. He could not be here. I'm waiting to see if he gets my message so he can send us his vote. But shout out to Shogun Supreme. But I got to start out first, man. Does anybody have IMDb open at the moment? Billy, Eric?
I can get it open for you.
And this will be spoilers, everybody. Spoiler talk. This is going to be spoilers. Yeah.
If you haven't seen these movies yet,
you
have no right to grouse.
Yeah, you've had time.
Yeah, while they're looking for that. Thanks again, everybody, for getting us to 30K. Subscribe, get us to 40K, baby. That's right. And big shout out to all our channel members, patrons, and brand new subscribers. We really appreciate you. If anyone has City Hunter, would you read the plot synopsis, please?
Yeah, I'm going to pull that up right now.
Yeah.
I have it if you want me to go.
Yeah, go for it, brother. Go for it.
A self-indulgent private investigator winds up on a cruise ship full of rich patrons, gorgeous women, murderous terrorists, and scarce food.
Classic IMDb plot synopsis. Eric. Because we got Tyler in the house. What's going on? Good to see you. Oh, there he is. Actor, martial artist, stuntman Colin. Good to see you, brother. There he goes. Will. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Thank you guys for chiming in. But yeah. We're gonna get to it. Now I'll try to be brief because we have so many people here. Here's the thing. Around the time I was watching a lot of Jackie Chan movies, I was on a string of like serious Jackie Chan movies, like serious for the most part. And then I saw this movie VHS in the rental store, City Hunter, and I was like, "What's that?" So I had no idea about it was based off of an anime. They were going for a live action cartoon type of vibe. I had no idea about that. I pop it in and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" Like it like really slapped me in the face. Like the tone, like I was not ready for the tone to be. You could say by a certain Rick Myers has once said, "Hell's a poppin'." That's right. At the time, I did not know what Hell's a Poppin' was. Now, now I swim in Hell's a Poppin'. I'm all for the batshit insane movies and crazy stuff now. I love that stuff now. But at the time, when I saw City Hunter, I just wasn't ready. I was not ready for the ridiculousness, the tone. I was not ready for everything to be boing. Every 5 seconds was a boing. And I was just like, it was like, what is going on? But some of the action was fun. Some of the stunts were fun. It was great seeing Gary Daniels in here, throwing down. So this was like a dream match. And of course, the late great Richard Norton. I mean, it was great seeing him. And I was busting up when Jackie was doing his breakdance fighting. I was busting up with that. But despite that, I kind of hated the movie. But then there was a light at the end of the tunnel. And it was this scene right here. And it was one of the rare times where I screamed out in laughter, and I felt physical pain in my stomach because I was hollering so much because I wasn't expecting Street Fighter. I didn't see any screenshots or anything. So they did the whole virtual reality thing, and Jackie Chan as first Jackie Chan showed up as like E Honda, and then you had other people showing up as the characters. And then when he was Chun-Li and then they started fighting, I was in tears. I was laughing. But that was really the only thing I liked about the movie. There's going to be a theme. There's going to be a theme here. Many years have passed, all right? Started to watch more types of films, more Hell's a Poppin', if you will. I actually started watching some of the anime of City Hunter. And I was like, oh, okay. I see what they're kind of going for. And then when I revisited City Hunter, I enjoyed it a lot more. I didn't hate it as much as I did the first time because now I knew what to expect. So I appreciate what they're trying to do, but they're doing a whole live action cartoon feel and vibe. Will this be on my top 10 Jackie Chan movies list? No. Will this be on my top 20 Jackie Chan movies list? No. Will this be? You get it. But I enjoyed it. I can watch it and have fun with it now. But at the time, I hated it. All right. Fanatical, thoughts on City Hunter?
I dig it. I didn't hate it the first time I saw it. It's not. Okay. It doesn't feel like a Jackie Chan movie though. It feels like what it is. It feels like a Wong Jing movie. And as far as Wong Jing movies go, it's great because a lot of his movies are really not that great. So by Wong Jing's normal standards, this is Jackie elevates it to a better place.
They call him the Madman, right?
Wong Jing. Well, yeah. I think he has many names, and most of them we probably can't say from fear of getting demonetized. He's a creepy individual, Wong Jing. But this was the same year he made Crime Story, right? And the two polar extremes of Jackie's career, like kind of neither of them feel much like his own movies. But I liked it when I first saw it, and liked it for the rewatch. Liked it even more when held up against the two other monstrosities that we're going to talk about today. But,
okay, all right.
But no, I think it's pretty good, and they kind of lent more into that tone when they did the kind of more recent sort of on Netflix, like the Japanese City Hunter kind of movie they made pretty recently. Just I feel it wasn't quite as good as this one. This one, I really enjoy it. It's
nice. Good. Copy that. Jeff.
This
is so
fun. This is going to be a tough recap, I guess, just over these films because they were all slogs to get through. But when I know I'm about to slog it through a film, I look to see if the actors are having fun, and it didn't seem like there was a lot of actors having fun in most of these films. There was one actor who I think was having fun, and we'll get to that when we get to that film. But for City Hunter, man, I'm like you. When I first watched it, I was like, "What happened? Who hit me and kidnapped me and made me watch this crap?
What drugs were they taking?"
Yeah,
all of them.
so I was not prepared for what it was. Looking back at it now, I can appreciate it, I guess, a little bit more, and just kind of turn off my brain and have fun with it. But the boings and the bad dubbing and the paper thin acting and the just the I think for me the best part of the film was watching Bruce Lee in Game of Death at the movie theater. Right. That's about it. But I mean, can you appreciate it? Maybe some of you can, but I'm not going to be in that camp. So
okay, all right. I love it. Billy, thoughts on City Hunter?
I was in the camp of not knowing anything about it, and when we were talking about it, I looked it up a little bit. I said, okay, based on an anime, cool, it's gonna be zany, it's gonna be silly. But yeah, right away in the beginning I was like, oh, I've got to adjust my expectations on this a little bit. And yeah, the boings and all the just like over the top silliness. Yeah, this is when I think I was really like, all right, just sit back and let it happen to you, because that moment, like, okay, he's hungry and he's just seeing this woman with food all over her. Is he gonna eat her? I don't know. Does it matter? Not really. I don't know. But I kept kind of waiting for the Jackie Chan huge stunts and the big fights, and I just kept sort of getting like blue balled the whole movie by them. My choice of t-shirt today was very, very easy.
Nice. Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me do that. There
you go.
Yeah. When they walked in and they have Game of Death on it, I was like, oh, I don't know if you guys want to be playing that movie while you're showing us this movie, but it's all right. But yeah, and during that movie theater scene, I was kind of like, all right, here we go. Here's gonna be a fight. This is gonna be a good fight. It's two tall dudes, and then it was like two cool moves, and it was done. And I was like, all right, well, back to the zaniness and the silliness and whatever. So I had a lot of fun watching it, and there were some amazing stunts, like him doing the flip out of the explosion down 2 flights and landing on his feet. Like, that was awesome. The final fight was awesome. Him holding her, and she's got the weapons holstered on her thighs, and so she's kind of a weapon. I'm like, that is silly, but it works, and I loved those moments in it. So overall, it was just simply not for me, but it did end up having a lot of those really big Jackie Chan moments that I love.
Right.
And one last thing I'll say is that before I started, my son, who's 8, loves Jackie Chan, and I showed him Drunken Master, and I showed him like Rumble in the Bronx.
That's right.
Shirt, by the way. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll show him City Hunter. This looks silly, and it's like based on an anime. And within 30 seconds, when he's like, young girls grow up really quickly, how come I can't seduce this one? I was like, oh, thank God I didn't show him this. So it was a fun start to this one.
Okay. All right. Owen, City Hunter.
Yeah. So like you, Preston, whenever I watched it the first time, I was like, what the hell is this? And then I watched it again at the weekend, and my opinion was exactly the same. It hasn't aged that well. I was like, okay, I like the Street Fighter bit. I love seeing Gary Daniels and Richard Norton. There's a couple of decent action scenes and everything, but the rest of it, I was just like, oh God, I know I have to finish watching this because I'm going to be talking about it, so I have to keep watching it. But it was painful for me to get through. It's actually, it's one of the worst films I've ever seen, actually. It's like, I love it. Not even in a guilty pleasure way. I'm sorry. It's like, it's just not for me. Like, I like Jackie Chan, love seeing these guys together, and it had a few fun moments and action scenes, but the humor and everything, and I was like, no, not really my thing. So that's all I'll say on it.
All right. Kyle.
Had to make sure my mic was on. Sorry. It's actually interesting that everyone's talking about like how they saw this film. I saw this when I was, sorry to say it, this was the first Jackie Chan movie I've ever watched when I was 5. When I was 5, and that hurts to say, let alone the side fact this was after I was on a Bruce Lee kick. So this was my introduction to Jackie Chan, everybody, and I'm like, man, that's something to say, but I don't
know if I watched this if I was 5, I would be like, this is the greatest movie I've ever seen.
Honestly, that's the crazy thing, that there was like all this kind of wacky and zany humor, because at that time when Looney Tunes was still around, those kind of sound effects and everything else, like the wacky zaniness about it, was like pulling me in to watch it. And then add Jackie Chan's like lack thereof trying to act in it to make this film work. I'm like, holy crap. And then seeing Gary Daniels be this like the first workout scene with him, I'm like, who's this guy and why the hell is he working out? On top of that, what, especially doing the splits up, I'm like, what the hell?
He's showing off.
This guy's gonna fight, and then I see him fight Jackie Chan. I'm like, this is gonna be interesting. And then it turns into the Street Fighter fight, and I lost my mind going, yeah, this is great. And then the Richard Norton and Jackie Chan fight near the end was something to behold at that time. And I will add, growing up as well, knowing who Leon Lai was in that film, and I was just like, okay, this is actually hitting so many parts of my brain at a young age, going like, yeah, this is great. Now that I'm older, as everyone has said it, yeah, it hasn't aged that well. That's for sure. It has not aged that well. But the Street Fighter fight is still fun, and watching Richard Norton and Jackie Chan do their final fight scene is really something, like, still really awesome to watch them both, especially if you go back to Mr. Nice Guy with them. But yeah, that's my take on it.
Nice. Eric.
Yeah, my experience with this initially mirrors Samurai Guys. I just did not like it. And over the years, I tend to like it a little bit more every time I rewatch. And then I do rewatch this more often than you would expect, actually. It's, early on, you get one of the greatest actors of all time. Michael Wong makes an appearance, and it was nice to see him.
Yeah.
And, as the South Koreans like to say, they actually had a K-drama called City Hunter like 15 years ago. I don't remember the connections to the source material, but they called him Shitty Hunter with the accent. But Jackie, he's got charisma. You know what I mean? He kind of makes the movie work just from his charisma. I did like Leon Lai a lot. I thought he was my favorite side character with the cards. Kind of like Gambit or whatnot.
Yeah.
And Richard Norton and Gary Daniels are always entertaining. Now, the pacing for me worked because, the opening half hour is basically like a cruise film with some quite fetching actresses, which is a theme for this evening, of course, with all three of these movies.
Yeah.
They really kind of go for it with the, I don't know, what do they call it? Eye candy, I guess I would say. And then,
cinematography.
Yeah, right. But I think it's paced well enough. You get a lot of little fights peppered throughout. The production values are pretty good. I enjoyed those. The movie theater scene had some interesting parallels and interesting themes, I guess you could say, with Jackie kind of mimicking Bruce and defeating his foes. And I did think the scenes were creative. There was something a little bit different. It still probably a little bit too wacky, but now that I know what I'm getting into when I get into the movie, I kind of look forward to them. You know what I mean? And it's one of those films that I'll watch, late at night once in a while. So I do enjoy it nowadays.
Copy that. All right, Rick, City Hunter.
Well, all of these movies come under my heading of Inside Kung Fu Magazine era, when I was a contributing editor and also the movie columnist. I had a column in Inside Kung Fu for 30 years called Martial Arts and Movies. And again, if you take the initials of that, it spells out MAME. And I originally wanted to call it MAME, but they said, no, just Martial Arts and Movies. So, but now let me ask you all a question. Has any of you ever read a City Hunter manga?
No.
That's obvious from your reviews.
Yeah.
This was also during a period where I was trying to decide whether I was going to concentrate on Kung Fu movies or on Japanese pop culture. And then I found out Japanese pop culture there was way too much of it for me to review it with any control, and I could do that with the Kung Fu stuff. But I had read City Hunter. And what's interesting to me about this movie is that you guys are all speaking from that famous arena that I always throw on people in the Western world about when they're looking at Kung Fu or samurai or any of that stuff, or even Thai boxing or whatever, and that is limited knowledge. You don't know what you're seeing literally, and that's fine because you don't. City Hunter is an amazing attempt, or a failed attempt, to try to be 3 movies at once. A Wong Jing movie, a City Hunter movie, and a Jackie Chan movie. Most of those don't mix, but if you do any reason, you've already done research on Wong Jing, you've already done research on Jackie Chan. If you do research, or even just go over to Wikipedia and read the City Hunter section, you'll see the producers with attempts to get all of them in there. I mean, some of the pictures you were showing before, Phat, of, with especially very famous in the manga, the giant hammer. Yes, that's right out of a City Hunter comic book. So they were doing nods, but again, Jackie was the wrong guy for this movie, because Jackie Chan is like science fiction. Once you put science fiction into a movie, it becomes science fiction. Mm-hmm. Unlike, you put it into romance, put science fiction in, it's science fiction. Once you put Jackie Chan in a movie, it's a Jackie Chan movie. It's not a Street Hunter movie anymore, City Hunter anymore. Street Hunter. I'm going to combine all of these guys. But as such, I didn't watch this like with impatience. I watched this with amazement because of all the stuff they were doing. That Street Hunter. This scene is 23% Jackie Chan, 45%, 50% Wong Jing, et cetera, et cetera. So as such, it was constantly fascinating for me because I knew it was going to go someplace crazy, but I recognized all the places it went and appreciated that they were trying to do 3 or more movies at once. And as most of you have pointed out, as soon as you saw something you recognized, it was like, oh, okay, I can relax and watch this Street Fighter sequence, or I could watch the Jackie Chan sequence, or I can watch the Wong Jing insane stuff. Because whenever any of you guys said in your reviews, this was insane, well, that's Wong Jing. That's Wong Jing's influence. So as such, I enjoyed this immensely, but at the same time, I didn't do this to Jackie because I was seeing a lot of Jackie at this time. I didn't sort of like you never should have been in this, man. You shouldn't. Have any of you seen the City Hunter movie on Netflix?
No, I heard it was good though.
What did you think? You don't have to say it. You can just nod. You can nod yes or nod no if you. What do you think of it?
I thought
it was pretty good.
Okay, from what I remember, it was a few years ago though, so I'm a bit rusty.
Yeah, it was. But the thing that I found hilarious about it is that maybe because of the Jackie Chan influence and the fact that the Jackie Chan City Hunter movie lasted this long and is finding new fans all the time, that also wasn't City Hunter, not the manga.
He was a bit too pretty, right?
Yeah, and also a bit too staid, a bit too calm. They tried, but they wanted to update it. I'm going, you don't update City Hunter. You go for it. I mean, I haven't seen, I'm not sure if there is any anime. But I'd love to see. Yeah, I'd love to see an anime of it because at least you'd get 100% undiluted City Hunter. But as such, it's still one of my favorite movies. I don't watch it again. I don't need to watch it again. I watch it 3 or 4 times, and I've seen that sequence a lot. The Street Fighter sequence. Yeah. But no, this was fun for me. This was fascinating for me because I like to be the movie mystery detective, and this one I was going, oh god, and the more I heard about it, because I was friends with several of the people involved in it, and they were saying, oh yeah, Wong Jing and Jackie were going at it like hammer and tong, because Jackie wanted to be more faithful to City Hunter, and Wong Jing wanted to be more faithful to what Wong Jing wanted. Wong Jing
Insanity.
Wong Jing.
Right.
And he's crazy and he'll cram and stuff. So yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
let's carry on.
Copy that. All right, copy that. It was interesting, guys. When I posted that we were doing this on social media, on Facebook and on Instagram, a lot of people were like, "Oh, City Hunter for the win, bro! Not even close." I was like, "Wow!" I was like, "Wow, this is going to be interesting."
They are not wrong.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. By the end of this versus episode, we'll see. Oh man, but yeah, we'll go ahead and hold on. We got a comment from Nathan here. He says, "What up, PhatSamuraiGuy and the crew? Emily and I have never seen City Hunter, and I've been trying to get her to watch DOA with me for years."
Fankster, you should tell her that it's surprisingly feminist.
Yeah,
it really is.
What's up, Jamie? All the way from the UK. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, man. All right, now next up is Street Fighter. Now here, this movie is special to me, and I'm sure it'll be only me here on the panel. This movie's special to me because I love the video games. And then you got to remember, guys, Mortal Kombat was not out. We didn't have Mortal Kombat yet. This was all that we had. Okay. And I went to go see it in the theater. And I remember sitting in the theater, and I remember everything that was meant to be funny on purpose. We all died laughing. The audience died laughing. Everybody died laughing, especially when you have Andrew Briniarski as Zangief.
Yeah.
He was fucking hilarious. He's still fucking hilarious. When they got the bomb watching the bomb being delivered to the tent on TV, and he looks at it and he goes, "Quick, change the channel." And the whole audience erupted. Everything Raul Julia did, everybody erupted. Everything that was supposed to be funny on purpose worked when I saw it in theater. I liked it. I liked it, but I didn't love it. And when Ryu did the fireball, which looked like somebody turned the lights off and turned it back on real quick, the whole audience was laughing. That's not good. That's not good. You want the audience to laugh at the funny stuff that's supposed to be funny, not that. But I still, I enjoyed it for what it was. I don't know what the fuck they did to my boy Blanca. At this point, if we play by Street Fighter's rules, I should be Blanca now. Because of all the violence I've watched on television, I should be Blanca. But yeah, I don't know what I mean. So the thing is like I liked it, and then when I got a little older and I went back to this, I was like, I fucking hate this movie. I hate this movie, and I nitpicked 5 billion things about it. Why is he Honda? Why is he Honda and Balrog and Chun-Li reporters? This is so fucking stupid. Why is Dalsum a scientist and he just goes randomly bald at the end because of an explosion? Because he's got to look like the character at some point. Let's just make him bald for no reason. You can nitpick 5 billion things that's wrong with this movie. And I hated it. I was like, I can't watch this, especially when you see the amazing the anime movie. The Street Fighter anime movie is amazing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I hate this. And I still love Raul Julia. I still love the funny parts that are supposed to be funny. I actually interviewed Andrew Briniarski, who played Zangief, on the channel, so check that craziness out. But I was just like, I can't do it. It was like, it's like embarrassing, right? Even though I'm a big, huge Van Damme fan. And then something weird happened. More time went by. I got older. And then I wanted to show my wife when we were, early on, when we were, early on in the years. And I was like, I got to show you this movie. This movie's bad. This movie's bad. I got to show you. This is hilarious. And we love watching bad movies, right? Just to have fun with them. And then something changed. I'm watching it with her, and I'm like, why am I enjoying this? This is fucking weird, man.
Time heals all wounds.
I was like, what is happening right now? Why am I having fun with this? Right in the beginning, Van Damme, Guile shows up and flips off him. Bison. He grabs the microphone from Chun-Li and calls him out and flips him off. This is the beginning of the movie, guys. This is the beginning of the movie. And we're looking at each other, laughing our asses off. Everything that was supposed to be funny in the movie, we still laughed at. And it was just absurd. I was like, I looked at her and I'm like, oh my God. I think I love this movie now.
Again.
But let's just get to the GOAT. Let's get to the GOAT. Raul Julia. Oh, wrong one. Raul Julia is the fucking GOAT. And very similar to Frank Langella from playing Skeletor in Masters of the Universe. Very similar because he's the GOAT in that movie. Mm-hmm. He took the role for his kids. And he went all in. And the sad thing is he was sick around this time, so they had to schedule his scenes around certain areas. They had to film the action without him there, and kind of make it work. And not everyone knew that he was sick at the time, but man, I mean, there's moments in here, and I'm like, is he trying to win the Oscar for Street Fighter? Like he went like the whole spiel of him talking about trying to take over the world. He's like, I'm not doing it, not for evil, but for good. Like his whole monologue is like, dude, you're way too good for this movie. You're way too good for this movie. But let's get to one of the greatest scenes ever in cinema history. Forget video game adaptations. Forget Van Damme movies. The greatest scene ever is the scene where he's trying to seduce Chun-Li. And you can just look at everything in this whole scene. The bison slippers, the bison hat rack. Look at the painting of bison in the back that he was working on. Look at the painting behind Chun-Li of him on the horse. The chandelier. You can look at everything in there is just like this is great. But the whole dialogue back and forth. Chun-Li's like, "Hey, this one day you came in, slaughtered my village, you killed my father." And Bison turns to her and he goes, "I don't remember any of it." And she's like shocked. And he goes, "The day the bison raided your village was the greatest day in your life. But for me, it was Tuesday." We erupted with laughter. We were like, this is one of the greatest written dialogues I've ever seen. Cinema is here. And now it's become a meme. It's everywhere. It's everywhere now. I want a t-shirt. But it's because of Raul Julia. It's his delivery. If they had anybody else deliver that same dialogue, it wouldn't have worked. But it's just he's the GOAT. And would I love this movie as much without him? I'd probably be okay with it. But for me, he makes the movie. Of course, you get the Van Damme action. You get the flip kicks from the stunt double. You get all this stuff. And even little things thrown in here. I mean, come on, this one scene where Sagat's like, "No, he's dead. Guile's dead." And you see him on screen. And Bison's like, "Oh, he's dead, right?" And he turns to Guile. I mean, Sagat, and he goes, "Well, I guess you didn't see that, did you?" And this was ad-libbed by Raul Julia, and the theater erupted. And when I watched this 5 billion years later, me and my wife erupted with laughter. I mean, it's just, he's the reason to watch. I can kind of forgive everything now. It's not great, but it's just fun. The Angry Video Game Nerd, I'm sure you guys know who he is. He's like 5 billion subscribers. He's been around for many years. He, like me, well, he was different. When he first saw the movie in theater, he hated it. He was like, "This is trash." 5 billion years went by. His friends were like, "No, dude, Street Fighter's a joy." He's like, "Are you kidding me? You're kidding me, right?" He went to a convention where a whole theater packed of people watching Street Fighter. I don't know what anniversary they were celebrating on screen. And he saw what they saw. And now he loves the movie now because he was laughing. He's like, "Oh my God, I get it now." Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but the director is Steven D'Souza. Is that his name?
D'Souza.
D'Souza. Thank you, Rick. I don't know if this is true, but I heard he was given like 1 hour to write the script. I heard a rumor.
I will tell you.
Okay, help me out.
Background.
I heard it was very brief. You could talk about it, Rick, if you want.
Well, basically, he knew that the producers were in town and he wanted the job. So he gave himself an hour because that's all he had before they left the hotel.
Okay.
But I'll have more background information when we get to me.
Okay, cool. Well, Capcom still said, "Okay, it's good." So you got to blame Capcom a little bit too. But I mean, I love this movie now. I bought the Blu-ray Steelbook. It comes with a bison dollar. That's right. It comes with a bison dollar. All right. You know, I'm trying to save up money so I can get into Bisonica. Okay. But I mean, it's just for me personally, it's a joy, and it's special to me because it shows, like Rick said, wounds heal over time, and it's nostalgia meets like, wow, I can't believe I could just change just like that. And there were moments where the action, especially at the end, especially between Ryu and Vega, there was about a good 30 seconds where they were going at it and beating the shit out of each other. And I wish this end finale fight between Vega and Ryu was like at least like a minute longer before we get to the light switch fireball. But I love this movie. But enough of my yakking. Fanatical. Destroy it, my friend. Let's go.
I'm not on the same page at all. I think when I first saw it, and I first saw it pretty much when it came out, I was already semi-traumatized from the horrible Super Mario Brothers live-action movie that had been a year before. So I wasn't expecting much, and even then, I hated it first time round. And yeah, Raul Julia is great, but Raul Julia is always great, and I'd much rather seeing in something that was a good movie around what he was doing. Some of his dialogue, I will give you, is very memorable and very memeable. But it's not enough to save this horrible movie. All the fights that are there are edited so horribly badly. They're cut to shreds, and it's that thing that they were doing in the 90s with all American movies. And I guess when I first saw it, I was already deep into Hong Kong movies. So we're watching loads of Shaw Brothers and Golden Harvest and Jackie Chan. So coming from that to this, there was no...
You're spoiled.
There was no way. Yeah, basically. It was... Yeah, and over the years, things have not improved. I was never the biggest Van Damme fan. I'll take him over Seagal. But that's about as much as I can say. I don't think I own a single Van Damme movie. He's never been my guy. I think I first saw him as a villain in like No Retreat, No Surrender and the Sho Kosugi movies. So he's kind of always been better in that world.
How dare you talk shit about Seagal?
How did you have that on tap?
I'm the fucking man. That's
I was hoping you were going to use that tonight.
True.
But no, go for it.
On the rewatch, I hoped that it was going to be better, and I was sure that I was going to at least like it more than DOA, which we'll get to. But no, that did not prove accurate. This was still for me the worst of the bunch this time.
All right,
it was a tough set then. It's a tough set now.
Okay, copy that, Jeff.
So this is pure nostalgia. It really is, because we're from the same generation. At the time, we're looking for any good video game movie to come out, and like Fanatical was saying, the Mario Brothers debacle happened, and we're like, oh, geez,
you can argue that movie's better than the recent animated film. Oh yeah, I said that. I said it.
You can argue that. I will not.
A lot of people wanted us to do a versus with that, but maybe we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, go for it.
Yeah, but So again, that the one person having fun in all these films is definitely Raul Julia, and he could not chew up that scenery any more than any one person can, I think. But
of course,
yeah, right.
Quick interruption. Raul Julia was not having fun.
Oh, really? See,
I will get to that.
Okay. Ruin it, Rick. Ruin it for me. Yes,
I will.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, but so, at the time, again, we're hungry for any good video game adaptation, and Street Fighter was as close as it got, but it was still so far away. I think it wound up being like a G.I. Joe movie instead of a.
Some people have said Street Fighter is the best G.I. Joe movie ever made so far. So if you think about it that way,
So I mean, it was close, but ultimately no cigar. But when even now, when I remember it, I'm remembering it as that 20-year-old thinking this is as good as we're gonna get, guys. So just enjoy it.
We didn't know.
We did not know, but so I mean that's it. The characters were not right. The story wasn't right. The overacting was not right. So, can you have fun with it? Yeah, you can absolutely have fun with it. Looking back on it now and having it play back doesn't bring up great thoughts about what I'm watching, but the nostalgia is always still there, and I'm like, all right, at the time it was the best we had, so I'm just gonna suck it up and deal with it.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, we didn't know we were going to get Assassin's Fist 5 billion years later.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, but I'm sure
seen Street Fighter Assassin's Fist, go watch that.
I'm sure this new Street Fighter movie coming out this year will be better.
You are, huh? Okay.
I'm waiting to see you guys' reactions. We're gonna have to return for that one. Hey, maybe we should do future versus Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat 2 right here. We should do that. All right, Billy.
So yeah, it's nostalgia for me too.
All right.
I came out. This came out when I was right in what I assume was their target audience, and
yeah,
I think I don't remember seeing it the first time. I just remember it sort of always being there, but always being there as an example of terrible studio adaptations and how wrong decisions can just decimate a whole movie. Because with Raul Julia, I think his performance in it just kind of shows like, oh, this is a good performance. The rest of it makes the rest of these look way worse. Instead of being sort of like it doesn't really elevate it. It just highlights the negative things. That said, though, like I do think there is a certain enjoyment that I get out of watching it because I did watch it a bunch when I was a kid, and I distinctly remember watching it with somebody for the first time. And right in the beginning, they're like, "I don't want to watch this," and so I said, "All right, well, let me just fast forward to the good fight scenes." I think it took probably 3 minutes, and I was like, "Oh, this is a cool part." Oh, all right. The rest of this is crap. All right, this is a cool part. There's a cage fight. Oh, that's going to be cool. No, that's not that cool, actually. And so, like, it just, like, I guess the only change it's really had over time for me is just the realization that it doesn't really have anything to offer. anything that I used to think was cool, like some of the fights they did with time, and having the old, like, seeing some old kung fu movies now and some real martial arts classics. Like, I didn't have that to compare it to when I was younger, but if I did, oh man, I would have hated this like with the fire of 1,000 suns. Because now that I'm looking back at it and I now have seen those movies, like, what are they doing? They're putting like pop stars and big movie stars in these fight scenes that are just so silly looking, and it's a movie that's really easy to be cynical about, and I have always been cynical about it, so that's really that. I've never liked it, and I will never like it.
All right, copy that. The it's funny. It's funny you shit all over it, Billy. All right, when it features one of the greatest speeches in movie history. Fuck Patton. All right, come on. I'm going to kick Bison's ass so hard that the next Bison wannabe is going to feel it. Come on.
Speaking of asses briefly, and Ian, you'll maybe back me up on this, there was a period here in the UK when Kylie Minogue had made a bunch of videos with her in little hot pants, and there was a big debate about her having the best posterior in the world. And Van Damme cropped up and took credit for it and basically said it was entirely him. And on Street Fighter, he taught her exercises that would make her butt really pop. And so if anybody appreciated Kylie Minogue's ass, it was all thanks to Van Damme. Do you remember that?
Sure. I don't remember that. Were they dating?
No.
An affair.
I will get to. I will get.
No,
let me tell you now.
Okay.
The only person who said they had an affair was Van Damme. She hates his guts. And then again, everyone on this movie did. But again, we'll get to that when we get to me.
Okay. The cocaine was pure while making this movie. Yes.
But only for him.
Right. Yeah. Kyle.
So I like how everyone talked about Super Mario Brothers was like the first adaptation. We had a second adaptation of Double Dragon at that time too.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
I just hate it because here's the thing, Jeff. if we were gonna talk about like all these movies all together, number 4 should have been Double Dragon on this. Granted, it would have been
agree.
done as a landslide, but I was just like, oh yeah, Double Dragon came out around this time. I'm like, man, video game adaptations. So my expectations were kind of
rough.
It's
still rough. It's still rough in a way.
Yeah, it's what we had back at that time. And me being 6, I think, at that time, watching this movie, I was like, I seriously thought Van Damme was dead when he got shot. That's how my young dumb mind was. I'm not proud of it. I was like, well, movie's over. Do we go now? And then everyone, I was like, no, we gotta sit through the rest of this crap because of you. I'm like, what? There is no movie. Van Damme's dead. She's like, oh, there it is. And then continued to watch it. So back then, when my young little brain was just like,
you didn't see it, Kyle.
Exactly. So when my young little brain was like a fan of the video game, but at the same time, I'm like, what am I thinking is going on here? And then Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, came out. I was like, okay, this is what the movie should have been. It's honestly what it should have been back then, but
people are still saying that now.
Yeah. And to this day, like, we don't. I think we could all agree that the Legend of Chun-Li should have never existed.
There's a Legend of Chun-Li movie? I didn't.
Exactly, right?
I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Definitely Assassin's Fist was a good back to form of just focusing on Ryu and Ken. I don't know what to expect with the new one coming out.
I hope it's good. I hope the new one's good. So we'll find out. You'll find you guys will find out from us.
But
all right.
As everyone has said here, like, it is a fun movie, but I got nothing else to say about it.
Copy that. Just in time. Owen, thoughts?
Sorry, this stupid laptop just signed out for no reason at all.
It's all good, man.
Anyway, are we still talking about Street Fighter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thoughts?
Yeah. The way I enjoy this movie is I just treat it as a parody because it always just feels like a parody. Like nothing about it takes itself particularly seriously, particularly like Raul Julia. But yeah, I just kind of, I don't know if I'm laughing at it or with it. Again, like you, Preston, where you're saying, you just find it funny.
Both.
Yeah. I just treat it as just, a comedy. And, it's fun for what it is. But as a Street Fighter movie, it kind of fails on like nearly every level. Like there's hardly any fighting, and the fighting in it is forgettable. There's nothing particularly great about it.
Yeah.
I am Team Van Damme, though, so I will enjoy it for what it is. So, yeah, I enjoy it for what it is, but yeah, like I said, like Blanca, Dawson, like they're just done like just terribly. But yeah, like I said, it's a parody. This is the ultimate guilty pleasure movie for me. Where I know it's not a great movie, but I'm just going to watch it anyway, just for what it is. It's a terrible Street Fighter movie, but it's just a fun parody movie.
Hey, that's what this episode's all about.
And that's the way I see it. Yeah. So so I haven't seen DOA, so
it's all right.
I'm gonna peace out shortly then. Okay.
Hey, thanks for joining us, but give us your vote before you go. You're gonna go right now?
Yeah. Okay. I'll just say Street Fighter. Sorry.
Oh, look at that! We got our first vote, Street Fighter.
One and only.
Rick's the tally man. Thank you, brother. Hey, see you on the next one.
All right, thanks for the invite. See you later, guys. Thank you.
Click on the link below to subscribe and follow Action Elite. Phenomenal stuff. Thanks again. All right, Eric.
Yeah, I have no idea how your interview with Andrew Briniarski does not have at least 1 million views.
It's still to this day, as many years as I've been doing podcasting and interviewing filmmakers, the Andrew Briniarski episode is fucking insanity. It's insanity. If you guys have not seen that interview, please check it out. It should have millions of views, but it's fucking wild. It's wild. Van Damme was a fucking racist. I mean, it's crazy. They were all on Michael Keaton, and then we're all on fucking cocaine. Dude, it's bonkers. And I'm sitting there with Cryptic Soul, my brother, and I'm just like, dude, what is happening right now? Hey, it was a good experience for me, so now I know what to do next time I interview the guy. But yeah, it's just wow. So check that out. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but Van Damme around this time, I just find him entertaining on screen, even when he's in movies like Double Team or Knockoff. Like, I don't know, it's just something about his mannerisms, the way he comes off, some of his lines. Actually, I think my favorite line is from him in this movie. And that's one where the guy says, "Colonel, have you lost your mind?" And he goes, "No, you've lost your balls." I think that's one of my favorites in this movie. So, Van Damme's fun to watch. Kind of definitely a lot of characters in this. And I wonder if they kept adding them as they were going through the film or the script writing process to hit as many characters as they could. But, just some funny little things early on, like how Guile kind of outs his friend who's like a prisoner. If he didn't call his name, he's like, "Hey, Charlie," or whatever, "I'm coming to save you." He kind of screwed the guy over because then Bison identifies him and throws him into the experiments. Like, there's weird stuff like that in this film. But I think some of the action is kind of entertaining. I actually think the finale, Bison's kind of tough to take down. He lasts a little while. It's kind of an extended fight. You think he's dead, and then he has his suit, has the resuscitation device built in, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's you got a lot of different things in here with the fast pacing as well. Kind of helps, it just keeps moving. Things keep happening. Weird double feature with Tokyo: The Last Megalopolis. I did a double feature of this with both and that, both the anime and the live action film the other week. And because Bison was partially inspired, I believe, by the villain in that property, which is quite interesting.
Okay.
But in any case, this one's just another guilty pleasure. I actually enjoyed all three movies when I rewatched them to a certain extent.
Right.
So this wasn't torturous for me. But this one gets a pass grade for me. I've considered buying it on Blu-ray though, but I just can't. Every time I watch it, I can't really pull the trigger for some reason. So it's missing something to make it something like The Cat, which is like a phenomenal rewatch. But
gotcha.
We could review that at a different time.
And Eric, did you die laughing when Zangief and E Honda were brawling? And then General Sawada was like looking like, "Hey, how are things going around here?" It's like, "Check this out." And they look at the television and the camera showing them fight, and it just turns into a Godzilla fight. And they're both looking at each other like, "What the fuck is going on?" I was rolling, bro. Rolling. But it's little things like that. All right, now, Rick, tear it all down. Let's go.
No.
Okay.
When my publisher delivered me the art department, the cover of my second Marsh. Yes, she did. But it's here, right? You see this? Originally, this photo was of Van Damme. And I said, no. And they said, "Why not?" I said, "Read the title."
Right.
It says great martial art movies. It doesn't say okay martial art movies, will do martial art movies, mediocre martial art movies. It says great. And it's my contention that Jean-Claude Van Damme has never made a great martial art movie. But that's not my problem with this film. My problem with this film is that, again, I was with martial arts in movies. I was with Inside Kung Fu magazine. I was writing these books, and everyone in the industry when that movie came out. Even at the premiere, even at the reporter's screening, people were coming up to me and telling me stories about how awful Jean-Claude Van Damme was and how he ruined the movie, because basically anything you like about this movie was because of Steven D'Souza. Remember, Steven D'Souza wrote Die Hard and Die Hard 2.
Right.
Left to his own devices, he would have made a great movie. You saw little glimmers of it. But because of Van Damme specifically, everything wrong with this movie and everything that you don't know was wrong with this movie was caused by Van Damme's behavior and his ego. For instance, the rest of the cast, Van Damme, apparently Capcom wanted Van Damme, thought he would be perfect for the movie. So they saddled D'Souza with him. And he demanded...
We didn't have a lot to choose from over here though, Rick, at the time.
Well, that's not true, but be that as it may, because...
What other American stars did we have here? We didn't have
Gary
anyone.
Daniels would have been a better guy.
We had hundreds of.
But he's not a star to promote. I mean, to advertise. They're gonna put millions of dollars on the guy who's gonna make money.
For whatever reason, the reason that the rest of the cast is the way it is because Van Damme took all the money. Van Damme, and there was nothing much left. He also, I will never forgive him for ruining the rest of Bison's life. And the word is on the street that, yes, he had cancer. He kept it a secret, but he also got, because he was filming where he was filming, he also got a disease in the tropics that killed him. And his last days were made awful by one person and one person only. Meanwhile, everyone else is coming out of the woodwork and telling me stories about this guy. In terms of the way he behaved. Even on this set, he was taking up he used most of his income, his payment, for cocaine. He was on like, $10,000 a day.
Yeah, I heard that.
Habit, and he was constantly doing it. He would not show. From the very top to the very bottom, the entire cast and the entire crew, there was not a single person on that film that wasn't touched, and in an inappropriate way, by Jean-Claude Van Damme. So I know too much about this. I know what this could have been. There's no way I will ever like this movie because he killed people. He ruined people. He just made it everything a nightmarish situation. And from him and his inability, his insecurity. But no excuse for it. So let's carry on.
Gotcha.
Actually, if you have any questions,
I do have a question, but it's not specifically about Street Fighter. But it's a Van Damme thing that I'd heard, and you'll be the man to know if this is true or not. After he made the John Woo movie, after he made Hard Target, I'd heard he went and hired his own editor and made his own cut of the movie that had like 30% more of him in it.
That's right.
Is that true?
Yeah.
And that was true of also. Who was the villain in that one?
Lance Henriksen.
Yeah, Lance Henriksen was doing such a great job that Van Damme had to cut him way the hell down. Yeah, he just, every single film I could, there's so many stories, and I wish him the absolute best, but I will, Seagal's a piece of shit too, but for different reasons, and also the way they treated the women. I mean,
and remember, Time Cop just came out before this, and that was a box office hit, if I remember correctly.
This was a box office hit. This was a box office hit too.
Yeah, it made money. It made like $100 million or something. Street Fighter.
Wow.
But not because of him, not because of Van Damme, but because of Street Fighter. This was happening at a period of time, as you could tell, because of all the other movies you've mentioned, that G.I. Joe specifically. G.I. Joe, it's easy for me, the movie detective, the movie mystery master, to see what went wrong with all these movies, because it's clear that the producers had absolutely no respect for the genre. All they saw was that these stupid audience guys like this they like video games. So let's make a video game movie. Let's make a comic book movie. But let's just, it's good enough. We'll make it good enough for garbage. So they didn't care. So everybody on this set could have come to the producer and said, please save us. And we'll go, it's good enough for garbage. Just take your money and do your job. So now it's changed. Now I'm hoping the new ones, because studios have learned, as studios are struggling now, studios have learned that there is an audience for stuff, but you have to respect them now because they deserve respect. Not G.I. Joe, all the fight scenes were cut to shit. This, hurry, move on before I go.
I agree.
Well, thank you, Rick, for the detailed. You're gonna get the scoop with Rick here. You're gonna get the behind the scenes scoop. But let's lighten things up.
Please.
All right, back on track, baby. Back on track. Actually, Fanatical, now that I think about it, Gary Daniels obviously would have made a better Guile. You're right.
You're right, though. He didn't have box office, and he got the Fist of the North Star movie. But I can't remember when the Fist of the North Star movie was date-wise in relation to the rest of this, and even that.
Almost a year later, I would say.
Yeah.
David's my new friend. David's my new friend at the bottom of the comments there.
And also give me 5 minutes, and I will give you a list of actors who would have been better for that.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, now we're at Dead or Alive. So here we go. Dead or Alive. Oh, we've totally fuck the plot synopsises. Everybody we missed it for Street Fighter. It doesn't matter. All right, good guys versus the bad guys versus Shadowloo, Electric Boogaloo. All right, Dead or Alive. People get invitations to go to tournament. Everybody fights. A lot of cinematography. Boom. There we go. All right. So by the time Dead or Alive came out, I've already heard like from people and reviews and stuff like this is trash, this is terrible, this is bad. Now Rick, was this supposed to originally go to theater, but it didn't. It went straight to video, or it did go to theater?
This was it went to theaters in some places.
Okay, limited. Okay.
Yeah, I will give you limited in America. It didn't go to theaters in America, but it was not designed for America. Right. I'll get to it when we come to it. When we come to it, I'll give you the whole story.
Cool. All right, cool. But yeah, we've heard it was really bad. I remember seeing some TV spots, trailers, and I was kind of laughing and giggling at it. And I was just kind of like, oh boy, all right. So by the time it came out on DVD, I was out on the hunt for cheap as fuck DVDs. And I found Dead or Alive. And I looked at the cover and I'm like, okay, my boy Ken Kasugi's in this. Wait, Colin Chow's in this. What? Wait a minute, hold on. Wait, Corey Yuen did this? Wait a minute. And I looked at it, I was like, you know what? This cheap as fuck DVD is cheap as fuck. Fuck it. Let me go ahead and buy it. And I brought it home. I was like, babe, we're watching this tonight. Let's get the pizza. Let's get some brewskis. We're watching this piece of shit. Let's have some fun. And right in the beginning, when you have the character of Princess Kasumi, and she's looking for her brother. Colin's character went missing, and he went to the tournament, and she's like, I gotta find my brother. We're like, well, if you leave here, you're gonna be a shinobi, you're gonna be rogue, you're not part of the clan anymore. We're gonna have to hunt you. And she's standing there all robed up, looking all princessy, and then all of a sudden she takes the robe off, throws the sword against the wall, runs across the whole army, jumps off the sword off the cliff on the side, and then hand glides down the mountain, and then she randomly gets the ninja star invitation, and we were like, oh god, yes, this is what we need. We need good bad right now. We need good bad movie right now. We were laughing our asses off. We're like, oh, we're all in. We're in for this. This is going to be good bad. This is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to rip this movie to shreds, and we're going to enjoy it. But along the way, you get a lot of good bad, you get some bad. But along the way, I was like, you know what? I'm actually kind of impressed with Jamie Presley here. Like, what the hell's going on? Her fighting and her physique and everything, I'm like, I was not expecting her to look good doing roundhouse kicks. I'm like, wait a minute, what's happening? And then later, when we get to this scene right here, when our thief, Christy, is about to get arrested, and she's come out of the shower, so she's in a towel, right? And then we have this fight. She distracts them, of course, by putting her panties back on. When we get to this fight right here, I was like, okay, all right. We're laughing our asses off, and we're like, okay, we know exactly what kind of movie this is. We know what audience this movie is for. This movie is not trying to hide it. This movie's like, we're making this movie for this audience, and if you don't like it, go fuck yourself. That's basically what this movie is, especially when we get to this scene right here. If you weren't laughing or smiling at all at this scene, you might as well just turn the movie off. You might as well stop the movie right there and take it out, because it gets more batshit insane and goofy and ridiculous. Eric Roberts puts on magical blue blockers. He puts on magical blue blockers that has absorbed the DNA fight technology in his glasses. This movie's bonkers. It's insane. But the video games weren't serious either. Okay? And I played the video games. We even had a shout out to them playing volleyball. To the volleyball beat, the Dead or Alive game that came out. So there's all these little things here, but there's a lot of wire work, which was the style at the time. But some of the fights were actually legit. I was kind of surprised, especially the fight on the stairs right here with I think it's Helena. I think this is her character. This fight was legit, especially. I mean, I'm sure Stunt Double did a lot of the work, but the photography here is legit, especially when she's double katana swinging. It's legit. So I was kind of surprised. I thought this whole movie was just cinematography. That's the point of this movie. Is it up there on the levels of Jim Wynorski and Andy Sidaris? No, it's not. It's PG-13. So you're getting PG-13 cinematography. But you get a little Ken Kasugi bonus. You know, when I rewatched this the other day, I had the honor of interviewing both the Kasugi brothers on the channel. And I gave them a shout. I was like, yo, I don't care what anybody says. Dead or Alive is goofy fun, man. It's a midnight movie. You watch with your friends. You drink beer. You eat pizza. And he was laughing. I think he was surprised that I liked it. And he was like, "You're so gracious. You're so gracious." You know. But I had to be honest. I enjoyed the hell out of it. It's a perfect definition of a good bad movie. Look at this. Look at this shot right here. Look at this glorious. Look at this ridiculousness right here. We're laughing our asses off, having fun. And of course, you get the Colin bonus. The one fight Colin has with the needle, fucking amazing. When he throws the needles out there and he runs past all the enemies and dodges the katana sword, grabs the needles and shuts them down. That's a legit great scene. So I was surprised by Dead or Alive. Is it a great movie? No. But I had fun with it. All right, Fanatical.
There's more good ideas in even a bad Corey Yuen movie than any of the other films that we're going to talk about tonight. So this isn't a great movie, and it's not a great Corey Yuen movie, but it was a hell of a lot better than Street Fighter. I can't remember when I first saw it. I was just genuinely surprised that it stands for Dead or Alive. I thought it was Details of Asses, because that seems to be the motivating factor for most of the cinematography, which is fine. It kind of does feel a little bit like a porn parody that just doesn't have any porn in it.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
feels like
It's softcore. I don't even know if it's softcore, but yeah.
The dialogue's pretty ropey, and don't try and unpack too much of how much of a kind of weird Asian mashup it kind of is, and like the Japanese people not really very Japanese, and I don't think about it too hard. But there's some okay choreography in it in various places. It's not always edited that well, but again, that was what was happening at that point in time in American movies. But R.I.P. to Corey Yuen, because we lost him pretty recently. Yeah. This is not one of the movies that he'll be most well remembered for, but even in a bad movie, the Yuen clan's choreography does shine a little bit. So it's probably the best made of all the three movies. As weird as it is, though, the soundtrack's horrible. The soundtrack's dated very, 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 very badly.
Bro,
the Junkie XL soundtrack,
dude, it blew my mind because I rewatched this last night. And it said soundtrack by Junkie XL. I'm like, the Mad Max Fury Road guy? Like, what is this soundtrack? But yeah, it's your typical generic rock, early 2000s. It didn't work. But it's whatever. He was trying to go for a light tone, but I was like, dude, I never thought it would be Junkie XL. But go ahead.
And I would agree about Jamie Presley, who is really kind of quite a surprise. Like, because I think it's maybe the only physical sort of role like this that she ever did. But she was pretty good. And it's lighthearted. It knows exactly what type of movie that it is.
There you go.
And I don't think I think by that metric, he did a pretty good job of delivering probably exactly what he set out to do. And the graphics now feel very much like a PS2 cutscene, which is pretty wild to see how far.
Probably bad then when it came out.
Yeah, it was not great. This was a lot later than the other movies, right? This was 2006.
Yeah.
So this is a post-Matrix world, y'all. This is kind of like, wow. But I'm just happy Corey Yuen got work, and it's nice to kind of see Colin Chow in an American movie for a change.
Yeah, copy that, Jeff.
So self-aware, definitely, and they knew who their audience was. If you took clips of this movie, didn't bother with everything that strung those clips together, you probably would enjoy it as a martial arts fan. You got wuxia wire work, you got great sets, you have touches of hero and touches of all those great martial arts movies. And if you could just watch those clips on their own, you probably would enjoy it if you wanted a martial arts experience. Some of the fighting is okay. The some of those scenes that you point out, a lot of fun. Again, this is relatively new, 2007, so I watched it much older. So I went in like you, knowing that this was going to be hot trash, and I was like, all right, just shut it down and see what Corey Yun puts on screen, and enjoy what you can. And the women are beautiful. It's great to look at. But if you're looking for anything more substantial than that, you are shit out of luck.
This is no So Close.
Yeah,
it's not even close to So Close.
So far, it's so far.
yeah.
So far, so far. I love it, Billy. Oh, I can't wait to hear what Billy has to say. I couldn't wait because you've never seen this. I was like, you got to watch DOA too, man.
Yeah,
go for it.
I might surprise you. So
okay,
I really enjoyed it. It's
okay.
It really. I was surprised in the beginning. Like the very opening shot is like a PS2 cutscene. Like that, it's like very digital, going over this huge landscape, and I was like, "Oh boy, we're in for it." But then I was like delightfully surprised by how imaginative just that opening was, and how extreme and over the top it was. And so it kind of set me up for. I expected something a lot less, and then the fight scenes were fun. Like. The whole movie really felt like some friends that are really good at making movies, and they really know their shit, and they're like, hey, we got like $20, let's go shoot a movie real quick. Like, let's just get drunk and go shoot a movie. Like, that's what it felt like, and that's what I felt like watching it. Like, it's so silly and so like indulgent in itself. You know where everything is going, you know where every relationship is going. It's not like well crafted necessarily, but like a bunch of people who are pretty good at what they're doing, pretty good at what they do, and have an idea and go for it. Like there are memorable fight scenes in this where, like Street Fighter, I just watched it again and I don't remember any of the moves or any of the. It's just like, immediately forgettable. But these were really fun, and they had some imagination behind them. There were several times watching this where, like, I just kept thinking, like, you don't have to look like down her blouse. You don't have to look like directly like through her legs. You don't have to do that. But it's I see what we're doing here.
It's the video game.
I would argue that City Hunter was a little bit worse in that regard, because there were shots just in the middle of scenes where they were just like, let's just check in on her boobs real quick and let's pull back to the fight scene or whatever it was. So this one at least was sort of, I don't know. They're in the same thing. I mean, that's hilarious. That is a hilarious moment. But yeah, overall, I had a lot more fun with this than I thought I was gonna have.
Okay.
And yeah, it doesn't reach levels of like I'm impressed by this necessarily, or I'm gonna put it on again. But like for putting it on in the middle of the day, I was stuck to it, and I really enjoyed it.
All right, copy that. Jeff, did you laugh like me? Well, first time you watched it when just Liu Kang just showed up right in the beginning of the movie
as the pirate. Yeah, I was like, wait, is he going to be in this film? But yeah,
shout out to Robert Shaw. But then he gets beat up. They all get beat up by Jamie, and then at the end he shows up. He's in a sling. They're all beat up.
It's like a pirate sling too. It's like made out of like.
Then they get beat up again. I thought that was kind of comedy. But all right, Kyle.
I'm definitely in the camp that I did not have fun with this movie.
All right. Yeah, let's go.
Because what happened was, like, I remember going to at that time when we had a good video store that actually sold Asian movies, and this was there, and I was like, isn't this supposed to come out next year? rented it, watched it, and I was like, okay, I'm returning that. To this day, I have not watched it since then. I tried watching it again, and I'm just like, my God, no.
When did you tap? When did you tap? What part of the movie you were like?
I literally tapped out right when let's see, right when they just got to the island and going to what's it called? Just climbed up the tower.
Yeah.
So right when they just landed, and I'm like, wow. 1 sec, guys. And what happened was, I just sat there and was like, wow. A lot of people worked on this film and tried to make this work. So I'm like, crap. How the hell am I gonna get through this thing again? And again, much respect to Korean for all the great choreography and everything that he's done over his career. I was actually watching a video of what happened to DOA this movie, and I was like, let's see how this works. And they said this one screenwriter was Mark Altman, and one was stated was like, oh yeah, he's the writer of House of the Dead. I was like, maybe that's why. Or maybe it's a lot of other things. Who knows? It could have been Paul Anderson's movie. And I was like, do we need another Paul Anderson martial arts movie? He barely scraped by on Mortal Kombat. This one, I was like, maybe this isn't for me. Didn't play the video games, and I knew what they were doing with the video games. But this one, I was like, maybe this movie's not for me.
Hey, and if you don't like it, you don't like it, brother. Yeah.
It actually happened. I was like, wow, this movie's not for me.
The Sexy Sumo, shout out to my brother. He likes trash movies like I do. He likes good, bad movies. As long as they're entertaining. He was like, dude, DOA is trash. He told me the other day, he's like, oh my God, I can't, I'll never watch that movie again. So you're not alone, Kyle. You're not alone. Eric.
Yeah, I like this well enough. I think.
All right, look at that.
Yeah, I mean, the story flow seems even more fragmented than the other two films that we've covered. I think it gives it a little bit kind of like a manic energy. Like there's certain scenes and the transitions are a bit abrupt and it's a little wild, but it's entertaining to watch. Now there is one good song in this, in my opinion. It's during the volleyball match, and that I think that song was a Paul Oakenfold song that was used in like 3 or 4 movies around this time.
I Like the Way You Move one.
I forgot the name. It was called Jag Fight in Vexel, which was a Japanese anime film that came out a year after this. And and that film was like the big action set piece at the end. And I like that song, but there was, I think, one good one in the film. And I mean, if you look at the fights in here, you're getting a combination of stuff. I mean, you're not really going to see Kevin Nash versus Jamie Presley in a hillbilly fight on a raft anywhere else. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of interesting stuff here that's actually kind of memorable. You know what I mean? The volleyball
this
match,
one right here with you got a Silvio Simac, let's destroy the entire apartment hotel fight.
Yeah,
which was fun. Yeah,
you get Eric Roberts in a 1 versus many fight against the 4 ladies.
Look at that hair.
Using ladders and stuff, possibly inspired from like Once Upon a Time in China or something. I don't know.
Oh,
but it works. Lots of wire work, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and this was before Eric Roberts decided to appear in 50 movies a year, which began in the late 2010s. So you still kind of trying, you know what I mean, to have a good time. So hey, I did enjoy this one. First time I saw it though years ago, I did not. So this is another occasion where I enjoyed it more.
Interesting.
Once you know what you're getting into. You know what I mean?
All right. So Kyle, we're gonna have to tie you down to the chair and go Clockwork Orange style and get your eyelids open, and
we're gonna have to blanket you
to watch it. Rick,
honestly, I'll just sit there and just.
This comment is for you, and I'm sure you'll kick it off. This comment right here, Rick. Did DOA destroy Corey Yuen's directing career?
Not even close. Okay. Everybody, repeat after me. Tax.
Tax.
Right.
Right.
Tax
off.
Gotcha.
You know how much this movie cost?
How much?
$30 million.
Oh my God.
And it was produced, it was a international co-production between Germany, United States, and the United Kingdom. Not even China, not even Japan. But it was shot in Thailand, in China, and Hong Kong. It was on China's Hangdian World Studios, where they filmed Hero and House of Flying Daggers. It was just a bunch of producers, all foreign people. Also, Corey Yuen made Corey's career because he worked 2 units every day, 17 hours a day, for 3 months to get this done, speaking Mandarin, speaking Cantonese, speaking English, and who knows what other dialects. He had a huge stunt crew. He had 2 cinematographers because he had 2 units. And Jamie Presley, she was on the Mortal Kombat TV series. Mm-hmm. So she just admired, they admired the heck out of, everybody admired the heck out of Corey for keeping this thing together because it was so many pieces all over the place. But it's very clear, even the highest praise you could give this movie is, okay. It is what it is.
Right.
And as such, when I saw it, did you know they made a DOA movie, Rick? No, I had no idea they made a DOA movie. Because as you pointed out, was it in the theaters? Yes, and this was the kiss of death. It came out in America through the aegis of Harvey Weinstein. So know it had to be sabotaged in some way because he was dedicated to sabotaging Asian film in America. But it would show up, you could go all over China, all over Hong Kong, all over everywhere, and it would just pop up in strange little places. But it still is what it is. I mean, I guess it was you who just sort of went, yeah. That's the review. That's the main review you should put on the poster. Yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah. If will it make your life? No. Will it destroy your life? No. It's It's kind of like, it's one of these things. Yeah, exactly. Very good. It's like when I'm talking to you. It's one of those things where you just, I just watched it and said, weird. This could have been great.
Somebody's got that as an ad campaign now. The meh.
The meh. Yeah, that's right. The meh. Right. So I'm going to go on record now that I do not think it's going to win Versus.
Okay.
But I think it deserves to be enjoyed more than other movies.
Okay. Yep. The guilty
it is what it is.
Versus. That's right. All right. Copy that. Was there anything else, DOA? Anybody before we go to the vote? It's time to vote. Anything else? Okay. All right. I have. So we got one for Street Fighter. I have Shogun Supreme just sent me his vote. I have it here. He goes, City Hunter is his vote.
Ooh.
He says Dead or Alive has the best adaptation out of all 3 films, but because it follows the game. But City Hunter is way more entertaining. Street Fighter I cannot do because the anime is so good that it created lore for the game. Plus, DOA was lacking what is known for the chest size, and they made Hayabusa a wimp. I love Kane Kasugi, but they made him too much of a simp. So there we go. So that's Shogun's vote there. So hey, one for Street Fighter, one for City Hunters, and this is going to be interesting. And of course, I did a poll. I did a community post poll for YouTube Movie Dojo Army subscribers to who they voted for. So I'll show that unless we need it to break a tie. Okay, Fanatical, who you got, brother? It's time to vote.
It's going to be City Hunter, but I was surprised that DOA gave me a moment of pause.
Okay.
I'm still going with City Hunter. Even with all of its Wong Jingness, I think it's still, even a bad Jackie movie trumps the other movie.
Copy that.
Don't say Trump.
Very true. Best the other movies. Thank you.
Copy that. All right. Jeff, who you got? Who you got?
All right. So even though the nostalgia of Street Fighter was strong, and I just can't give it to that, and I cannot give it to City Hunter because I just didn't know about the manga, so I was out of my element watching it. So I didn't benefit from that knowledge. So I will give it to the meh.
love it. Oh, and before I forget, before we move on the squared circle here, we got a special guest video vote from David Vole from Martial Arts Action Cinema. Who did David vote for?
Hey guys, David here for MAActionCinema.com. So today we're picking between these three films: City Hunters, Street Fighter, or Dead or Alive as the ultimate guilty pleasure. So to be honest with you guys, I have to put City Hunters on the outs on this one because the only thing I really remember about this film is Jackie Chan dressing up as Chun-Li in that whole Street Fighter bit. So I don't remember the rest of the movie, to be honest with you guys. So I think I have to cut that one out. So it got to be between Street Fighter and Dead or Alive, and both are considered to be horrible, so bad that it's good. It's in that category, right? But if I have to pick between the two, I think Dead or Alive gets the crown because it's actually more faithful to the game than Street Fighter is to me, you know. And Dead or Alive, you got, you know, the legendary Corey Yoon directing the film, who, as you know, is the master of making, you know, women kicking butt on screen to make it look so good. So you know, if you've seen stuff like So Close, you know, he's just a master at that, and he's just the perfect director for this kind of movie. And of course, we got appearances from Colin Chu, who you know, is also a legend. You know, he's always kicking ass, and it's great to see him in this movie. As long as also Kane Kozugi is also in the movie, and you know, they have freaking Liu Kang making a little cameo. You know, Robin Shu, he played a random ass pirate though, so that kind of pissed me off a little bit. but yeah, for the overall film, I gotta go with Dead or Alive. It's still my ultimate guilty pleasure because the fight and the action is actually pretty damn good. So I always, you know, get a kick out of rewatching it here and there. So Dead or Alive takes the crown, guys. That's for me. And I also want to wish you guys a happy Lunar New Year. Once this episode airs, and it's New Year's, so I just want to wish you guys a year full of wealth and good health. Okay, guys? Thank you. See you guys.
Yay!
Yo, shout out to David. Make sure you guys follow him. Click the link on below. Follow Martial Arts Action Cinema. That's right. Yeah. Okay, now back to the squared circle. Billy, who you got, brother?
Not Street Fighter.
How dare you?
Yeah. So I'm like, this whole conversation, I've been trying to choose between, you know, the movie that sort of like stays solidly in the middle, but doing that well, and the movie that takes some swings and misses, you know, like I don't know which one I'd really go for, but I think ultimately I got to give it to City Hunter. You know, like that one.
Look at that.
There were a bunch of moments in that movie that still like really surprised and impressed me, despite everything that I thought was like swing and a miss, you know? So yeah, I got to go with City Hunter.
God damn it.
Uh-oh. Unfortunately.
It's all right. Can you still hear me?
Quit.
We can still hear you.
I can change my answer. I can change my answer if you believe.
No, my cat Annie's trying to be part of the show and has screwed up the wires right here. So as long as you guys can still hear me, that's okay. Kyle, while I'm working on it, Kyle, go ahead. Who you got, brother?
Double Dragon. That's it. Double Dragon.
Oh man.
No, I'm kidding. City Hunter. It actually has a semblance of a story, and honestly, I have more fun watching that one. As much as I have fun watching Street Fighter so much, but yeah, I'm going with City Hunter.
Nice. Copy that. Rick, where are we at the tally right now?
Street Fighter has 1.
Okay.
DOA has 2.
All right.
City Hunter has 4.
Oh, look at that. Eric, who you got?
I got to go with the one that I own on Blu-ray and the one that I revisit more often, and that's City Hunter.
Wow, look at that. Look at that. All right, I'm going to go, and then Rick will top it off here.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta show respect. Despite the behind the scenes sadness, tragedy, and all the bad things that happened, I'm still gonna show respect for the legend that is Raul Julia. That's right. I'm still showing respect. I don't care. Because hey, City Hunter's fun. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, but I only really remember the Chun-Li fight, and Dead or Alive's got the better fights, and it's fun. But I remember villains more than anything. And Street Fighter, out of all three films, in my opinion, Street Fighter's got the best villain, despite the behind-the-scenes shenanigans. So I know it ain't gonna win. Rick, take us home, baby. Who you got?
Oh, who could I possibly be voting for? Goodness gracious me. And I'm not going to come up with a lame reason to vote for something like some people I could mention.
Oh,
best villain. Oh,
it is. He is the best villain.
There's no question of that. But unfortunately, the movie didn't respect him enough to let him live.
Well, I'm still going to respect it. All right.
All right.
I'm sticking to my guns. But today's winner for Versus is... All right. Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, now he's back. I thought you were hiding your face.
No, I'm Street Fighter for life, son. Fuck City Hunter. How you like that? No, City Hunter's fun, man. That's why it's on the list. That's why I picked it. But yeah, great choices, great verses once again. And my cat, Annie, trying to be a part of the show, trying to steal the spotlight as usual. But this was a blast. Thank you guys for watching. Let's see what the next verses will be. Some people are already saying in chat right now they want to see Double Impact versus something else double Dragon or something else. No, Double Impact versus Twin Dragons. I think that's what it was in chat. So we'll see. Well,
we can vote on that now.
We'll see. It's always fun doing verses. We'll do another one for the next month. Channel members and patrons will, of course, get the scoop early of what we're going to be doing. But no more of my lollygagging here. You guys know what to do. Fanatical, thanks for being here, brother. Make sure you guys subscribe. Follow the legend below. Awesome content. And you guys, I know you all already following this legend right here. Jeff, you got anything coming up, brother?
I just celebrated 10 years of my podcast, so thanks for having me on. But someday I'll get to Rick Myers, but I'll take the 10.
You already did me.
No. I mean, I'll get to your level of longevity. I mean, but,
awesome, brother. Congrats, man. Congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah. Billy, thanks for being here, brother.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, man. You know, me and you got more movie reviews on the way. Oh, yeah. We got some good stuff coming. Oh, yeah. And here he is. Kyle, thanks for being here, brother.
Thank you for having me, everybody. Thank you so much.
And, of course, subscribe. That's right. To the Asian movie enthusiasts. Thanks for being here, man.
Thank you.
I got some ideas for some collab videos in the future. We're going to have some fun. Shit, maybe we'll review the cat. We'll see. We'll do the cat. And here he is. Click on the links below. Follow everybody here, and especially this legend right here. Rick, thanks for being here.
Hey,
any last words?
Yes, we're going to be back next week. 1 week from today with the latest episode of Action Film Autopsy, and it's going to be a corker.
There you go. It's going to be a corker. Stay tuned for that. Yes. But thank you guys for watching, hanging out, and we'll see you legends on the next one. Take care, guys. Versus, baby. City Hunter.